it would probably be helpful, even at the end of the year, to go in and, okay, this is how you teach this, this is what you do here.
Yeah, my mentor teacher would have us do that too. She'd have a bunch of us, we'd have to just sit in other people's rooms, like about 4 or 5 other teachers. She'd say, I just think it's a good idea for you to watch other people do this too. So, but like my whole system I got in the room with the files, that's all hers. I stole like 90% of the stuff I do from her.
All right.
So, and that's kind of, I think that's kind of what you do with teaching, right? You just watch other people do it. I like this.
I think if you want to improve,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you gotta be out looking around at what else,
Yeah.
is there anything I'm missing? Can I pick anything up? What can I do?
Yeah.
And then offer help to other people too.
Yeah, I mean, some things in there would not help you, but other things are like, that would help you a lot.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Well, go ahead.
As the resident, I don't know what I'm doing. I think this is great. I think this will help me in order to or take out people that love you in the classroom. Something else I think when we do this, we'd probably see, you would start to know the kids before they get in your classroom. If you did it even 3 or 4 times. If I was teaching 9th grade and I did this in 8th grade, you'd start to know those kids. And then kind of, in the beginning of the year, when you don't know the kids, that'd go away. And we could also do perhaps with 5th grade. Anybody who's teaching 6th grade, you get new kids you've never seen them before.
Yeah, I definitely know the 6th graders a lot better from poking my head in the character's room.
And I know just from having, since I subbed, just from having been seeing those kids in 4th and 5th grade, it lets me know right away, like, oh, I gotta watch this kid. Yeah.
And we don't always know to ask how they dealt with this kid, but if you're in the room and watch how that teacher handles them.
That's an excellent idea
And
to
there's no
go.
way you're gonna get that on paper.
No,
The same
you
way
gotta
as
be in
you
there and
sit
see
there.
it, yeah. But this does come back to a money thing, because you gotta put somebody in their classroom,
Well, yeah, that might be a sub.
you know, you're gonna have to sub in order to get them over there, you're gonna have to.
Or you can drive over on planning, it's in for 3 minutes. It would mean we have to give up, you know, we have to make that our planning, but well, if we did that long term, we'd probably see that investment would start to pay out.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the
Not
next,
you, but the kids would see, I mean, the
They
kids
know
would see
you,
you
yeah.
too, they would know you too.
And you know, if they see you 2 or 3 times, they're gonna like you a lot better than the teachers that they have. Oh, Mr. Sampson's so cool, I wish I had him. Of course.
okay, feedback on the process then. How do we do it? What's some ideas for setting it up? Just like Glenn was saying, you don't wanna just pop in somebody's room unannounced and make things uncomfortable. So what's the process that you put in place to make this train
Well,
go?
I think
Process
it's
for the
different for,
mentors
if
or
it's
process
mentor
for-
novice, that might be, because you're getting, maybe because you're getting paid the schedule fee, maybe that's one of your planning times as a mentor teacher. You say, I'm gonna go observe you at this time, during my planning time, you know? But maybe as a staff, if we're doing it and we're not part of the mentoring program, we could email each other and say, can I come watch, or will you come and watch me? Or do we want to set up a formal schedule, or?
Mm-hmm.
I think you gotta set, and you gotta, you know, set your parameters of, is it once a month, is it, you know?
Well, I look at it as looking at what content I have, because I try to piece what my kids are reading with what they're doing in social studies, the time period. So I'm always checking with David, tell me when you get to that Civil War, because that's when I know when to do this novel. Maybe I can sit in there for a day or two before, and I hear all the, I hear the historical stuff he's going through that day. I see the clips that he's showing, and then I can say, oh, hey, do you remember that Andersonville prison they talked about, in Mr. Swanwick's room? We're reading about that today, so, yeah.
So you're saying like are we still saying a schedule?
I guess I'd rather just
Or
send an email and say, hey, do you mind if I come in?
One day this week, and yeah, what day would be best for you?
Sometime this week or within the next 2 weeks. When would be a good day to come check it out?
Well, if we do it that way, we gotta make sure that somehow we gotta break the ice so it starts. Otherwise, that's what happens, we
I
just don't.
think mentor teachers, though, it will be in part of their
It's gonna have to be.
job description that they need to go and observe X amount of times.
Is it already in there?
I don't think it's in
It is,
either.
it's not.
Well, I know that there's a mentor teacher folder.
Folder, and we have,
That's what we emailed out, I think. Isn't that,
No.
wasn't everything in that folder
No,
that,
there was
There's nothing
nothing in
mentor
mentor teacher.
in there, in the packet you gave me, so,
so we're
And
missing
I know
that?
there is one,
yeah, and that's why I asked you for it a couple weeks ago.
because when I mentored Gail, you had to spend,
Yeah, yeah.
so,
But I don't think that's happening necessarily anymore, and so I.
well,
think-
but what I'm saying is, you may not have to rewrite everything. And,
Right.
you know, let's see what's,
Yep, and that's,
because I watched some of Gail's movies with it. But it helped, because Gail, didn't you have to use my room too? Didn't you use my room?
I might have been here, I was floating around.
Yeah,
I was in
when
and
she
out.
was the floater and I was still mentoring. So she was right in my room anyways, using my room. But, I mean, you might wanna read through, cause I know there's a file.
And Joy, didn't I watch you a couple of
Yep.
times too? I think I observed you.
Now, have all the new mentor teachers gotten these files?
I don't think so.
But I'm saying that, again, that goes back to,
Yep,
we've gotta make sure, but before we go through and spend a lot of time rewriting something, we
Yep.
probably wanna see what's on it.
yep, I agree.
But isn't that what you did though? You took
Well, I
the-
did, I took what we have, but it's
But
not,
not the mentor.
it's not the actual job descriptions,
Oh, okay.
it's not, so.
So
we
what
just
did you
have
take?
numbers.
As
It's
a
just the
whole.
program as a whole, and what kind of people are doing, but there was nothing really too written about it. And so I was looking more at what mentor programs are out there, and kind of, yes, we do this already, and I
What
looked
the
at
standards
what
are.
the standards were, and yes, we're doing that. I know that mentors are doing that from talking with mentors before this, and I know kind of what we're not doing from what I talked with the mentors about too. So I don't know if there's a job description.
So it sounds like we need to get the mentor
Mhm.
description.
We,
Okay.
yeah.
Now that I think about it, I remember seeing it, when she said that,
Yeah.
I remember seeing.
And it used to
some
be in
guidelines
it,
printed.
you used to get it in a folder when you signed on as a mentor.
So you probably have that in the file somewhere.
I don't know, we'll have to find it. I inherited a lot of stuff, but I don't